And we are back again with Linda's story part 6, which is going to be the end of Linda's story. So now, after Linda lost her baby, this was when Linda got fed up with all of the pain that life had thrown her way. Linda said, you know what? I have had enough. I am tired of everything. I am going to leave. Right? So Linda got up and Linda just left. No ID card, no money, no passport, nothing. All Linda just, felt like she needed to do was leave her environment, leave everybody in her life behind and just move. No plan, but just move, right? So Linda decided that she was going to go to Cotonou. Why did Linda choose Cotonou as the first place, when she thought of going away? Cotonou was where Linda's mother did business. Remember, Linda's mother started doing business and everything was, going well. She always went to Cotonou to buy goods and come back to Lagos and sell them. So Linda knew Cotonou just by name because her mom always went there. So Linda decided that she was going to just go to Cotonou. Linda got on a bus and then Linda met another young girl and Linda asked her, hi, where are you going? And this young lady said, that she was headed to Senegal. And right there and then, Linda made the decision to join her and travel all the way to Senegal. And that decision opened Linda up to another life filled with struggles and pains. But I'm going to spare us all of the worst details of what Linda went through in Senegal because I feel like we have heard so much of what Linda went through. Now let us go to the main business why Linda decided to share this story, because Linda needs your advice at the end of this story. So Linda has, struggled in Senegal, been through hell in Senegal, but life started aligning little by little for Linda, right? And she started making money and she started sending money back home to her mom to take care of herself. And currently, as we share this story, Linda has even left Senegal and she is in a better place right now. She's making money. She's taking care of her mom. She even sent her mom money to go take care of her fibroid. Remember the fibroid that led to Linda being called a witch or an ogbanje for the second time in her life. She was now able to send her mom money, pay for the surgery, and she told her mom to go get this surgery done. Even though her mom did not do it immediately, but the fibroid later got to an end stage where it was starting to affect her health generally, and she finally got rid of this fibroid. However, as life was beginning to look up for Linda, Linda's story, everything she has been through, her family background, did cost her a lot of, her relationships. Things were not really working out with people because, her story was just so messy and all of that. And Linda felt like, I need my parents to come back together. I want to have a stable family. I want to be able to tell people I meet about my family. I want to be able to have a good relationship. And she felt like the best way to, make her own life better was to bring her parents back together. Meanwhile, Linda's father did come back to apologize, for the way he treated Linda. And he even confessed that it was Linda's stepmom. You remember, Linda's stepmom was the first person that took Linda to a church where she was called a witch. Linda's father came back and Linda's father confessed and said the pastor confessed to him that it was all a plan between himself and Linda's stepmom. Linda was never a witch. Linda was never an obanje. I feel like a lot of people just came together to make Linda's life miserable. Linda did try her best to see if she could bring her mom and her dad back together. It worked, but not for long. issues happened and they went their separate ways again. So now Linda's current struggle and Linda's current challenge and the advice that Linda needs from everybody who has followed Linda's story from part 1 up to part 6 is Linda is currently taking care of her mom, as she should, right? But now Linda's father is also demanding that Linda takes care of him. But then he is married to another woman. So Linda feels like, taking care of you would mean taking care of your wife as well. And Linda is so done with the word step. Yes, and I support, because Linda has been through a lot in the hands of stepmother, stepfather. Linda does not want to have anything to do with the word step anymore. And Linda even went as far as telling her mom, if you ever marry anyone again, I am going to stop taking care of you. Deep down, Linda feels like she's obligated to support her father, but then she doesn't want to do it, knowing fully well she would be supporting her father with another new family. So dear reader, this is why Linda shared this story. She wants to know if her decision for taking care of her mom and deciding not to spend on her father is the right decision, or if she's making any mistake, or if you feel, after hearing her story and everything she has been through, if you feel that she needs to, go ahead and support her father and her mother. Deep down, Linda feels obligated to care for her father, but after everything Linda has gone through, she also feels like, she doesn't owe her father any financial care or support, and she's asking to know if this is wrong of her. Let us know what you think in the comments. If you think Linda should, go ahead and support her father, if you think Linda should support her father and her mother alongside, or if you think Linda should just live her life, support who she feels like she wants to support, and, live her life, on her own terms at this point. Thank you so much for paying attention to Linda's story from part 1 up to part 6. Appreciate you, and I'm going to come back with more stories. Don't forget to like, don't forget to share, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much.